What do you feel you are losing interest in as you grow older? Fashion, especially shoes that hurt. I remember when I came to the realization of why older people wear clothing that's out of fashion. They don't care and they find it comfortable and they like it. I'm glad I've made it to that stage of life. Being comfortable is worth it. I'm thankful I realized this in my early teens. I always dress comfortable and damn what everyone else thinks. And it's free, in their closet, barely worn, too good for Goodwill. Besides, fast fashion doesn't pay for retirement. Trying to impress, I am at the what you see is what you get stage in life and I love it. I used to want a big fancy house and cars. Now I just want everything to be paid off and be left alone and I don't care what anyone thinks. Nothing better than owing very little to no money to anyone or any bank. Debt is bondage. I just paid off a ton of debt and I've been so fucking giddy for the last week. I hope it never wears off. Video games. It's getting harder and harder for me to find new games I like playing. I just end up replaying old games again. Came in to say this. I just stare at Steam and think nah. And then just watch YouTube. Yep. Have a PC that can handle anything and a huge 4K television. Young me would have drooled over this setup. Still end up watching YouTube and getting work done. Yeah, I finally got myself set up with something that can handle most anything during the pandemic. And now I feel like an addict going through Steam over and over again, hoping to find something to enjoy. It never changes. I might find something that triggers a bit of interest, but it immediately fades, even when it's on sale. Socializing. Yes. I am so content with my little circle of friends and family. I remember back in HS when I needed to have everyone like me. So exhausting. 100%. Owning things/stuff. I feel like I don't really buy anything except for necessities anymore. Just don't see the point in having a lot of stuff. I've gotten rid of most of my possessions, even my album collection that used to mean so much. Now it's like, meh. I realized this as well after my first move when I was boxing up my junk. I realized I had so many things I was never going to use ever again. I gave a lot of clothes, collections, etc. to organizations around my city. Haven't regretted it. I'm in my 60s and was never a big acquirer, but you end up with a lot of stuff anyway. I moved 3 times in 7 years, with the second last one requiring me to downsize from a townhouse to an apartment. I was aghast at all the now useless stuff I was dragging with me. Stuff that was stored in the basement and attic, etc. I started doing what to 55 Ursula did and have not regretted either. Some of it was hard to let go of, to be honest. Some weird nostalgic reaction, things that reminded me of people no longer with us, family stuff, etc. But it was spending all of its time in a box, time to let someone else use it. I remember giving a pile of comforters to the Goodwill and coming back a month later to discover they had been gratefully picked up by families in need. That made me realize that letting go was the best option. Losing interest in caring what others think of me. Came here to say this. Not that you care. This is one I think most of us should start doing. I am not responsible for anyone else's happiness, and they are not responsible for mine. You have no responsibility to live up to what other people think you ought to accomplish. I have no responsibility to be like they expect me to be. It's their mistake, not my failing. Richard P. Feynman. Dating. It's been 10 years since I was in any sort of relationship. I've been told I'm undateable because I'm not living in the moment. I spend wisely, I don't overconsume, I live without regretting past exploits, and I don't party. I'm too boring. But I'm passionate about woodworking, bladesmithing, trees, and science. Yup, boring. Do you also like Lagavulin? You're basically Ron Swanson without crazy-ass exes. Everything. Even my hobbies just feel meh at this point. I'm with you on this, bit of a personal dilemma as I don't truly understand why. I'm in my 40s now and figured for a while it was just my age. I'm becoming acutely aware I may just be getting a little cynical. I just bought a new mountain bike having fallen out of love with that a couple of years ago too. Somewhat hoping it just reignites something for me. Might also want to try out some new stuff. Also in my 40s and it's really easy to get stuck in a rut, just doing the same old things. And the old stuff I used to love doesn't bring that same good feel, dopamine/serotonin/endorphin/whatever, because I'm used to it. But new stuff sometimes does, and if I can find a synergy with one of those old things, then sometimes I can get joy from that again too. So maybe, instead of just getting a bike again, add a twist. Try using it to go discover new places, or map places out, or track your rides and make them so that the route makes a drawing when plotted on a map or something. Or, I'm gonna bike somewhere and then have a picnic there, or I'm gonna bike somewhere and then take photos, or something. Just to add something new to it, so that you can feel the joy again. Social media. I uninstalled Facebook a few weeks ago as it was just taking up space on my phone, and I don't miss it at all. I can't believe the embarrassing crap I used to think was social media worthy, and I cringe whenever I see my old Instagram stories. Good for you. I gave up FB over 3 years ago, never looked back. I deactivated FB and Instagram earlier this year after a mental breakdown. I haven't been back, and even thinking about it grosses me out. I used to do things and then think of how I'd write about it in my post. Or take pictures specifically to upload for others, without taking time to enjoy what I was actually doing at the moment. It also helps you realize who you actually enjoy communicating with. Instead of uploading something for 250 friends, you can message the one friend you know would appreciate it and actually have a conversation about it. I hope more people can break the habit. It's really nice. Movies. Nowadays most movies are as generic as off-brands from a grocery store that nobody goes to. I miss original, thoughtful, quiet movies. I know they still exist, but the blockbusters are dumb, loud, and a franchise. Blockbusters are that way by design. That being true doesn't prohibit people from seeking out original, thoughtful, quiet movies. Have you seen Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris? It's in my queue. I recently came across this statement that I agree with. When you're younger you spend more money on fun, when you're older you spend more money on comfort/convenience. I find as I've gotten older, I'm less interested about having fun, and I'm way more concerned in being comfortable. It's not that I don't want to have a fun time, it's just comfort is more interesting to me now, lol. Please like and subscribe for more daily content.